Hey guys, Dr. Ashley Bell here. I wanted to record this video to provide some important information and hope because my heart is just going out to a lot of people out there who are struggling with increased symptoms of things like stress, anxiety, depression, sleep issues, learning difficulties, especially for students who are having to do online school right now. And yet they're finding themselves with even less support available. And I know that for a lot of these individuals, telepsychotherapy is helpful for, providing some emotional support, but it's not quite getting to the roots in their brains that are causing these symptoms to be there in the first place. So I wanted to create a short video to let you know about some remote neuromodulation technology that you might not be familiar with, but that can be really effective for addressing these challenges and actually getting to those roots in the brain. And it can all be done from within your own home. So it's important to realize that our brain plays a key role in our overall well-being because it pretty much affects everything we think, everything we feel, and everything we do. So if we want to feel and function at our best, we really need to have our brain functioning at its best. And fortunately, we now have the technology available to help us more quickly and easily do that. So the first thing I'm going to show you is remote neurofeedback training. Now, neurofeedback has actually been around for over 4 decades, but it's come a long way in that time and has only recently been gaining more recognition and clinical research. But the research so far is really promising for a lot of different things. It's been found effective for significantly reducing the brain's reactivity to stress and anxiety, for enhancing focus and concentration, for boosting motivation and emotional regulation, for improving sleep quality, and even for helping people more easily drop into a meditative or more creative state. Now, I'm trying to keep this video short, so I'm not going to go into all the details about neurofeedback because it can get a bit complex. So if you're interested in learning more about how it works and the evidence behind it, you can find a lot of information on our website. It's just neurogrove.com. And of course, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. You can just pop them in the comments below, or you can schedule a complimentary consultation call with me. But to give you a brief summary here, neurofeedback is basically an EEG brain-computer interface technology. So essentially, your brain activity is being read by an EEG device and sent to a computer software in real time. And then the software interprets that data and responds to your brain in the form of audio and visual cues, which is actually the language that the brain speaks best. And it uses this feedback to guide the brain toward the thresholds that we've set for healthier activation patterns. And then it reinforces those new patterns to literally change the baseline functioning of your brain. So this isn't just cognitive exercises or coping skills. We're literally talking about physically changing your brain. Now, this is traditionally done within our clinical office using pretty complex technology, but with some recent developments, there's finally a good option that can be done remotely. So this makes it super convenient because you can literally train wherever, whenever, and as frequently as you'd like. And it also means that you can use it in the moments that you need it most, like when you feel your anxiety levels increasing, or your mental focus waning, or your mood dropping. You can even cheat a little bit by using this in place of caffeine in the morning and to help you sleep at night. So if you're trying to cut out that caffeine or get off those sleeping pills, this can definitely make your life a lot easier. So it's a pretty great tool to have. And can be pretty powerful for helping your cognitive functioning, your emotional well-being, and just your overall quality of life. Okay, so let me briefly show you what I'm talking about. We use this Muse 2 headset to read the electrical activity of your brain. So it's got these sensors on the forehead and on the ears, and you just pop it on like so. Okay, tighten it up. Looks really cool, kind of like a 70s headband. And this has sensors that will read your brain activity here in the front, as well as behind the ears. And then we might also add this additional electrode because that allows us even more flexibility to train the specific part of your brain that needs it most. So for example, a lot of mental health symptoms actually originate in the back of the brain, not the front. So if you limit yourself to only frontal training, it might not be effective enough. Okay, and then we pair this Muse headset with a remote neurofeedback system called MindLift, because that allows us to create individualized training protocols for each of our clients. And this is actually pretty important because every person's brain is different, right? So what works for one person might not work for the next. For example, if your goal is to improve your focus and attention, and the common one-size-fits-all approach would be to normally strive to increase faster beta frequencies in the front of your brain. However, if your problems concentrating are actually because your brain is producing too many beta waves and thus darting all over the place or getting into a traffic jam, or if you're just too stressed or anxious to concentrate, then increasing these beta waves could actually make it harder to focus. On the other hand, if you're wanting to assist your meditation practice, traditional protocols would normally strive to increase the slower frequencies like alpha and beta. But once again, if your brain is already producing too many beta waves, such as in the case of ADHD, then increasing theta might actually cause you to be more hyperactive and distracted, making it even harder to meditate. So this is why it's important to have a qualified professional design a training program that's customized specifically to you. I mean, this is your brain we're talking about, right? So if you're going to be messing with it, I do highly recommend that you find somebody who knows what they're doing. And a nice thing about MindLift is that we can actually monitor your brain's progress from a distance to make sure that it's responding in a healthy manner. And we can also make adjustments as needed to make sure that you're getting the most benefit in the least amount of time. The other thing I love about MindLift is that you have a lot of choices for the feedback you want to use. So if you're like me and you get bored doing the same thing over and over, with this app you can actually vary it up and play a game one round, pick a favorite song for the next round, and you can even choose a YouTube video and use that to train your brain. So pretty cool. So I'll stop here for today, but if this sounds like something that you think could be helpful, then please don't hesitate to reach out. I do offer complimentary consultations, so it won't cost you anything just to get your questions answered. And I've even decided that in order to do my part in helping the community through this COVID situation, I'd like to actually offer 50% off your entire first month, just to make it more affordable for people. Now, unfortunately, I'm not quite independently wealthy yet either, so I do have to limit this offer to the first 10 people that sign up. So if you even just think you might be interested, make sure you don't hesitate to get scheduled for that consultation, okay? So thank you so much for taking the time to join me for this video, and I hope to hear from you soon. Take care.